Hi everyone, hello grandkids. Today we're making stuffed eggplants. Now this recipe comes from my mum who grew up in a little village, as I said before, in the southern part of Italy called Martini. In her dialect they call it Melonzane, which translates as stuffed eggplants. It's a vegetarian dish, but you can add mincemeat of any kind, pork, veal or beef if you want to. So let's get started. This is what we need. We need some eggplants, some eggs, breadcrumbs, Parmesan cheese grated, and some garlic, pepper, salt, and some parsley. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my eggplant. You can see I chose some smaller ones. I find them easier to handle and it makes a much better serving size. So we're going to cut it in half. I take the little green bit off. As you can see, these have got a lovely flesh colour inside. Not too many seeds. What we're going to do now is boil them. Some people bake them. I like to boil them so that they soften. You can see these have got a lovely white flesh. Now we're going to boil these in a big saucepan of boiling water that has been salted. And we're going to put the eggplants in. You cook them for about 20 minutes, but I always check them. Different size eggplants cook at different times. When the flesh is nice and soft, then we're going to take them out and drain them. I've been checking the eggplants, and as you can see, they've softened in the middle, and this is when I take them out. So we're going to drain them and then take them over to the chopping board. Once I've drained the eggplants, I'm just going to put them on my chopping board. They need to cool because they'll be very hard to handle if they're too hot. So very carefully take them out and let them cool. I'm going to start scooping out the centre once they've cooled. So with a spoon, very carefully take out the centre part, the pulp, but try and leave the skin intact. So I'm going to do another one. Very carefully with your teaspoon or whatever implement you want, just scoop out the pulp and leave the skin intact, like a little boat. I put them over here on the absorbent paper so it drains any of the excess liquid. And continue until you've done all. Okay, this is the last one. Take out the pulp. As I said, I put them on some absorbent paper. A good idea is to turn them around as well, just to drain that excess liquid. Now we're ready to make the filling. So the first thing we need to do is chop the pulp up really finely. So now that we've chopped up the pulp, I'm going to put it into a mixing bowl. And then we're going to add the other ingredients. So into the pulp, I'm going to put some breadcrumbs. I've got half a cup here, but I am going to add some water to moisten the breadcrumbs. About half a cup of water. Just moisten them a little. And then we're going to add those to the mixture. A good stir. Now we're going to add half a cup of cheese, grated Parmesan, now I'm only going to add one egg. I've got two here, but I'm only going to add one because the mixture looks quite moist. If your mixture's looking really dry, then add the second egg. Add the garlic, the pepper, about a teaspoon of pepper, about a teaspoon of salt, and as much parsley as you like. I like lots in mine. Give it a good stir, and then we're going to taste it. Taste. got a lovely taste of the eggplant. And now we're going to get ready to fill our shells and then fry them. Now we're going to fill the empty shell just with a teaspoon, pop some mixture in there and press it down. Sometimes I wet my hands, it's easier to work with and it doesn't stick. There we go, and just put them on a tray. You can see why I use the smaller ones, because by the time you fill the bigger ones, the serving's quite large. So repeat with the next one until they're all full. And then we're going to get the frying pan ready so that we can fry them gently in the oil. If you have a little bit of the filling left, what I do is I make a little ball, I roll it in some breadcrumbs, and we can fry them off as little patties. I've put about 1 centimetre of oil into a large frying pan. I've got my absorbent paper ready, so when they come out I can put them on that. And I test the oil by just putting a little bit of breadcrumbs, and if they start sizzling, you know the oil's ready. So here we go. I put them skin side down first. When you see that they're starting to brown around the edges, just turn them over ever so gently to cook the other side. So take them out of the oil very gently. They should be a nice brown colour. And what I do, I put them in the oven for about 10 more minutes just to finish them off. I'm just going to take them out of the oven and put them on the serving platter. I've also cooked the little patties that didn't have a shell, and I'm going to put them on the serving platter as well. There we have it, our stuffed eggplants and the little patties that I made with the leftover filling. I'm going to cut one and show you what it looks like. They have a lovely soft centre. Some people serve them as an entree, some people serve them as a side dish, but I like to serve them just as they are, maybe with a little bit of salad for a light lunch. I like to serve mine with a little bit of Parmesan. Buon appetito!